No, I do not want my 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds reading. I have purposely delayed my children reading, but why? If you are a homeschool mama or just a regular parent, I'm sure you've come across that peer pressure to have children reading quickly and young. If your 3 or 4-year-old is reading, it's such an awesome ego boost. And you know what? Good for you. Maybe that's your kid. I have a 7-year-old and he would have been that child if I pushed him, but I purposely pulled him away from the books and we waited to read till we were a little bit older. But why? Why would you do that? Well, if you're a Waldorf parent or you've heard of some of the Waldorf philosophy, Rudolf Steiner, genius of a man who is the founding father of Waldorf education, was big on the fact of not even worrying about teaching kids to read till the year they turn 7. 6, 7, grade 1, let's start to sprinkle it in then. There's some funny things in Waldorf, actually. It's like, can your hand reach your ear? Have you lost a tooth? Apparently, these are some physical signs. They always make me smile and laugh. And when I tell other moms too, there's some physical signs that the child is ready to read. You can do a deep dive into Waldorf philosophy around reading. There are so many beautiful YouTube videos and things you can read. I am no Waldorf teacher, but I've educated myself with a lot of the Waldorf philosophy, and it just made sense to me. There's this small window where kids are in this really dreamy, creative, experiential mode. And as soon as you start reading and writing and, hardcore arithmetic, you fall into that very left brain, logical, structured adult world. Why are we rushing that? Especially early childhood, that first phase, 0 to 7. I love the idea of just letting children stay in that creative, experiential state. So we are still giving our children beautiful exposure to language arts. Waldorf, just for example, and we're not Waldorf purists, but we're definitely Waldorf inspired. You're going to bring in beautiful literature, as Charlotte Mason would say, right? Living books, living literature, living education to inspire the children to already prompt an awareness of language and rhyming and poetry and stories. But we held off personally on a lot of letter recognition until, 5 years old, 6 years old. And so now my 7-year-old, he's 7.5, and he has just exploded with reading. He's ready, he's there for it. I've done some previous videos on using this resource, which is phenomenal, but they tout how you can have your 3-year-old reading. Beautiful if that's the path you want to go. Or you can just wait a little bit, slow them down. Now, full disclosure, I have my kids in a homeschool program 1 day a week where they go to school, which is really cool. They have like real teachers teaching them 1 day a week and they write part of their report card. So that has pulled us kind of in that peer pressure thing of being like, oh, my little grade 1, my 6-year-old, so I have a 6-year-old and 7.5-year-old. He was like, I'm the worst reader in grade 1. I'm like, okay, feeling the peer pressure because it's not a Waldorf school. Would you like to focus a little more on reading? Yes. Now he can't do this yet and he has not lost a tooth. But he is enjoying reading, and that's kind of that age that Rudolf Steiner talked about. The year they're turning 7, you'll, as parents, tend to see a shift where they are ready. So yeah, that is my 10 cents on just chill. It's okay. The 3 and 4-year-olds don't need to read. Maybe they'll be 6 or 7. Maybe they'll be 8. There are some phenomenal books that have looked at children long term, and whether you're reading at 4 or 8, it doesn't make a difference by the time you're 18 or 20 on how successful you are in your academic success. So, dreamy, experiential childhood for the win. Or not. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Rudolf Steiner.